We'll do both of them. I gotta make sure. Okay, it is working now.
There we go.
Perfect. You want to take it away?
Yep. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Running with Rabbits, episode 2. Sorry for the delay. I got sick last week, and we've been running behind today. We're trying a new Wi-Fi extender, and it was absolutely trash.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues getting it up and running, so we went back with the one from last week. So This episode will possibly be audio only when it's up on YouTube and the like. We're working on Spotify as well. That's giving me issues trying to
I was wondering to ask you about that earlier this week.
Yeah, I've been fooling with it throughout the week while at work and other things like that.
Gotcha. Well, let's not waste no time. Let's get on into it. We actually have a story from one of our viewers last week.
I'm actually very excited about this because I have been hearing about the story that you have but won't tell me about. But I'll eventually find chat on here. You can go ahead. I'm going to listen and give my thoughts while I'm multitasking trying to find chat.
Alright, this comes from...
I found it.
There you go.
See, I'm a genius.
Oh,
Troy says, what's up, guys? What's up, Troy?
What's up, dude? Glad to have you back. But this comes from Sawyer. And he titled the story, The House is Clear. So I moved into my grandparents' house after they passed away. I started remodeling the house and had some painters in the kitchen while I was at work. After I got off, I stopped by to see what they got done. As I walked in, the lady asked me if I had already been by that day. I told her, I said, no, ma'am. And she's like, well, what about your parents? Have they been by? I said, no, ma'am, no one's been here. And she starts telling me how someone opened up the door and she could hear footsteps that seemed to have walked into the house and turned around and walked back out. He said, fast forward a couple months, I'm currently living in the house. One night I was folding clothes in my bedroom when I heard the sound of the living room door open and someone walk in. To add, the living room door has a very noticeable squeak to it when it opens. So I jump up, throw on my bulletproof vest, grab my AR, note that I am also in my boxers during this situation. I start to clear every room in the house just to find that all the doors are locked and deadbolted. This has happened on 2 occasions now. What is Crazy Dev's thought on this?
I don't think I'm that crazy. Anyway, I do think that you have a ghost or a poltergeist. Possibly. I don't know if it's a malicious one. I wouldn't call it a malicious ghost. I think like mischievous. I would say mischievous. If I was a ghost, I'd be mischievous. I'd be like moving random shit around. I feel like that's what I'd be doing. Probably causing slight nuisances, but not like causing like problems, but like creaking the floor, like ee, and like moving paintings and shit.
Years ago, my grandparents, in the house they actually lived in at one point, was haunted.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather got home late one afternoon, and he shut the living room door when he come in. And they go about their afternoon, they get in bed, go to sleep. He said all of a sudden he can just hear knocking at the door. Well, he looks out one of the windows, can't see anybody at the front door. So he goes back to bed. About 30 minutes later, he hears another knock at the door. He turns around, and he looks back out the window, nothing. The third time, my grandmother was like, go open up the door and just open it up for a second and then shut it. She said, you locked the ghost out. He said, no. He said, there's no way I locked a ghost out of the house.
Possibly.
But after some convincing, he goes to the living room door. He opens it up. He doesn't feel nothing, doesn't notice anything. He shuts the door back and hadn't heard the knocking since. And so to this day, they believe that he had locked the ghost out of the house.
Very well possible, because like when ghosts are in, like if you take like an abandoned hospital and like it's haunted or whatnot, ghosts can't leave. They're trapped in the hospital essentially. But like if you let them out, they can like wander the earth. But they can't. It's kind of like vampires. I think they got to be invited in. Only with ghosts, like you can like leave the door open, they're like woo, and they go in. I think that's how it works. I'm not a ghost expert, but like I feel like that's how it works. It's a lot like vampire rules, but like not as stringent.
You'll have to ask your little nephew and see what he thinks if he's let the wall people or.
Oh yeah, I do need to ask him about the wall people. See if that's the same thing.
He could probably tell you.
He probably could.
More about it.
He probably could. This is a very, very possible thing. I mean, I had a ghost. I mean, I've had multiple ghosts. I told everybody about the vape Nazi story about that ghost. Now, then I had one lived in the laundry room. He just like turned lights on and off. He's Pedro. He's pretty cool. He lived in the attic. And then we had Jose, who lived in Bethany's room, and he again would like make noises and like bang on the door and flip lights on and off. We were informing Mother about this a couple weeks ago, and she said if the light bill went up, she would deport Jose.
He said his name was Pedro.
No. Well, we were talking about Jose at the time. Pedro did this. She really didn't like Jose for whatever reason. Pedro, she didn't really have a problem with. But apparently Jose just like struck a nerve. But he hadn't been around in like years. I think he just kind of either.
Katie Williams.
Oh, that's my mother.
Oh,
hey, Mom.
Hey, Karen.
We were just discussing you. But yeah, I mean, Jose was chill. Like, both of them were. And then they just kind of moved on. I haven't seen them in a while. I kind of miss them. They were really chill. But not like the wall people. The wall people. That terrified me.
Yeah. When you told me that story, that terrified me.
Yeah.
The house and the child gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of both.
Like
I'm not taking any chances. Yeah. None.
Mm-mm.
I do know a haunted church we could go visit one day.
Ooh.
My cousin's church, it's like, church has been around for like 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do fast and lock-ins at this church. And there's a little guy, Cameron. I ain't seen Cameron in a while, but he was a part of the youth group. And there was one time I wasn't a part of this lock-in everyone at the time. I was too young.
Right.
But I remember all the stories of it. Well, he had like a bouncy ball he just played with 24/7. And Cam turned around and was playing with the ball all day. Well, it got time for them all to lay down and go to bed. Well, all the girls were required to sleep in one room, and all the guys could sleep wherever else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so no mischievous acts were performed.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the girls are all in there just complaining. It's late at night. I'm talking about like 1, 2 in the morning. And they can just hear this ball bounce and bounce and bounce. And they're like, man, I really wish Cameron would go to bed. We're tired of hearing this ball bounce. And no sooner than my cousin got up, she was a youth leader, and she went to actually go tell Cameron to put the ball down. She opened up the door, and he was standing there. And he was like, can I sleep in with you guys? And she's like, yeah, we're just about to ask you to stop bouncing that ball. And he was like, I lost that ball earlier today. I don't know where it's at.
And that's like a huge thing with like ghost stories and like bouncy balls. Why do you think that is?
Kids.
It could be a child.
A child ghost.
Yeah, I didn't think. I was like picturing like an old man ghost doing it, but that would actually make a lot more sense.
Well, like if the ball just disappeared, yeah, it'd be a grumpy old man ghost. That way, he'd take the ball away.
Y'all damn kids.
Yeah. But I do have a story, my own story about that church actually. I was in there one day with one of my great aunts. I was gonna go home with them, her and my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I was 7 or 8 at the time, maybe a little younger. And church services just cleared out. Everybody's out of the house. She was the secretary, so she was counting the money from the offertory and everything else. And I was just walking around the church playing. Well, I heard these kids laughing. And so,
I'll never know good.
So, little young me, sweet, innocent me, is just walking around, going about, trying to find these other kids. Like, I want to play with these other kids. So, I could hear them coming from the chapel.
That can be taken out of context. Continue.
I was a child myself at the time.
I had to. That was funny.
I hate you so much. But, so I go into the chapel where I can hear this laughter coming from. I open up the door. I don't see anybody. I'm looking underneath the pews. I walk all the way to the front and can still hear the laughs vividly in this room. I am the only living thing within this room. And after that, I refused to stay at that church or be like by myself if I was there.
There's a lot of spooky things that happen. A lot of spooky
And there's
shit.
tons and tons of stories at that
Yeah.
church talking about some spooky stuff going on.
A lot of spooky shit happens, and you know it happens everywhere. I mean, even down in Hazelhurst. I mean, when we was in Boy Scouts, we always heard the stories of the Wampus Cat, and that one was like it's like a little bobcat, but like bigger, and it sounded like it's hard to describe. It sounded like rah, it sounded like that. That just hurt everybody's ears that were listening. I
Yes.
love that, but. We heard it one night. We went hunting for it. Never found it, but we heard it. It was real close.
I bet you've been gullible enough to go on snipe hunting too.
No, I've sent people on snipe hunt stuff. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
It's always a great time to take someone snipe hunting.
It is. You know, it's
Yeah, that's like Little Boy Blue down in Western Mississippi.
I have not found Little Boy Blue yet. I want to go find him.
I told you a while back. I've got some buddies that like have actually been to the gravestone of Little Boy Blue. I need a message at them actually. I was talking to one of them just the other day. I forgot to mention it.
I want to go down there. Last time we went, it was like a group of like 6, 7, 8, 9 people. It was a shit ton of people, and we went looking. My buddy brought the sun with him in a flashlight.
Yeah.
That you can see everything. It was a homemade flashlight. It looked like a bomb. That shit was showing up something. But we was walking, couldn't find it. And then I was making jokes like, oh, we're lost. And so a lot of people were like, oh, we got to turn back. We got to get out of here. I'm like, dude, it's not that big a deal. I drove like an hour away. Probably not an hour, but more than I wanted to drive.
You're looking at about 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, so it's close to an hour. But I was like, I'm wanting to find this something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wanting to find the ghost, and you know, maybe ask you some questions. You know, what's going on, homie? You know, just chill with him, chill with the ghost. But no, everybody got all scared and wanted to turn around. Then I started walking off in the opposite direction, away from the truck, because you know, I'm trying to keep this going as long as I can. I'm gonna find this damn grave. Long story short, we never found the grave. And I've that's the only one that I'm like, I really want to go back.
The one and only time I was ever out there, buddy of mine called me up and goes, hey man, I need a favor. I said, yeah dude, what you got? What, you broke down, need some help, need some work done? I said, nah man, I'm going on this date with this girl. I'm going to take her out to Little Boy Blue. I need you to meet up with our other buddy and go hide out there. I was like, oh, I bet. I was like, I've never been to Little Boy Blue.
What an asshole.
So, I meet up with one of my friends. We load up in his truck. He drives out there. He comes around the curve where he says Little Boy Blue is at. He's like, it's like 20 yards straight off that curve, off in the woods. He's like, it's full-blown little cemetery. You got anything and everything off in there, whatever. So, he drives on around, gets to a little pull-off point. He pulls over, hides the truck. We get out, we run back down this road, about 100, 150 yards. We get off in the woods, and he's texting us the whole time. He's like, all right, dude, we'll be there in like 5 minutes. So we're sitting there just chatting and everything. Well, sure enough, old boy pulls up, throws the truck in park, he's on the side, and we're up probably this 5-foot embankment. And after you come up the embankment, you're like 3 yards into the wood, before you hit the actual wood line.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the wood line when they pulled up. So now we're out here in the freezing cold, army crawling across the ground, coming up to the truck. We get up to the back of it, and we already got our plans in place. And like he goes around the driver's side, and we're gonna shake the truck, smack the windows, grab the door handles, just you know your typical average old ghost stuff.
Right.
So we get there and I can see his hand underneath the truck, and he counts it down like 3, 2, 1. And as soon as he said 1, I'm on the passenger side, so I just reach up and just palm the passenger side window. And as soon as I do that, he goes to shaking the truck, and this poor girl is just screaming.
Oh, I bet she's not having a great time.
And like we're sitting there grabbing door handles, and he's in I think it was a 2016, 2015 model, Toyota Tacoma. It's a little truck, so we can rock the fool out of it.
Yeah.
Well, he's sitting there like hitting his push button start. At the same time, he's flickering his headlights on and off. So this girl is absolutely
making it look like she the start.
Like it won't crank. It won't. Everything the little boy blue is supposed to do if he don't like you happens.
That's funny.
And we both crawl back across the ground and get behind the back, behind the tailgate. And we're sitting there dying, like, okay, what can we do next?
Mm-hmm.
Well, by that point, hey, rolls the window down. He's like, all right, guys, y'all got to come out. So we have up in the truck. He gives us a lift back down to the other one, and this girl is, I'm talking about almost in tears. She was pissed off.
I bet.
Pissed off.
Great memory. Was there a second date?
I don't remember.
I doubt there was.
I will ask him. I'll shoot him a text.
Please do. I'm very curious. I think I know the answer.
I mean, I figure probably not.
I wouldn't imagine.
But I really don't know.
Like, that is funny.
If he got a second date, that'd be probably the funniest thing ever.
That'd make that story way better.
Way better. But yeah, I don't remember.
That's funny. That's funny. I mean, really, we didn't have a whole lot of... That's my main, like, ghost stories as far as, like, what's happened at the house and a couple things like that. We used to visit abandoned hospitals and all that. That was always fun. We did run from the cops there one day. We were on, like, the second floor, and we saw this was right after the fire department bought it.
Oh, Lord.
And we knew that, but we're like, this was always a spot. It was cool as hell. We found random shit there. So we went up there. They're shining lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn the lights off. And finally, like, we saw blue lights come down the road. Shit. Bolted down the stairs. Go out through the basement area where there was a piece of plywood that you had to kind of snake your way through. And I remember my buddy went off into one cul-de-sac. I went off into another. And we had a couple other buddies that just kind of ran off into the ditch. And I circled back, came and got them. We hauled ass. Came back. It's a great time. Just wasn't doing nothing. Just,
it wasn't hurting nobody.
No, but you
that doesn't
can't be on that property or whatnot. Man, come on. It's fun. Whatever.
That does remind me of another thing. So I sent you a video earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week. There was a video on TikTok. This guy's in this abandoned building with this giant Bluetooth speaker, and he just is sitting here hollering and dancing around.
He's singing white girl music.
Yeah, trying to sing to the ghosts. I sent you, and we need to find an abandoned building and get a speaker and do that.
There's there's somebody else's perspective because he's like,
I saw that.
He's like, there's somebody down there. It was another dude. Yeah. He was freaking out.
Yeah, he seen the lights and heard the guy dance. He's like, oh, this isn't right, and he leaves. I
saw that one today.
Okay, so I don't remember if I may have not sent that.
You might have, but I'm notoriously bad about not checking my messages.
I've got bad this past few weeks about checking some of mine. I had well over 100 TikToks to look at.
I have a lot. I'm bad about it. I'll send a lot.
I'll look at certain people's, and then like there's other ones I just let build up. There's some folks. I'll be honest, guys. I do not look at every TikTok that somebody sends me. Just because I have some people that will send me upwards of like 30 to 50 a day.
Well, that's like me. Like I don't look at TikTok as much. A text message, Snapchat, direct message from like anything else other than like Reels and TikToks and whatnot, I'll look at.
Oh yeah.
But like, if it's an actual message, I'm on it like that. But if it's a video, I'm like, I'll watch that in a minute, and then I get sidetracked, and I'm doing.
Oh, the biggest
13
thing that
other
makes me
things.
mad is whenever I'm like, oh, I'll go check out those videos later, and I go back to check them out.
Can't find it.
They're deleted. They got removed.
Can't find it. I'm like, oh, that means it was good.
Yeah, that's how it means it was a good video. My older
Right.
brother sends me a lot, and then I'll go back and like I'll have like it'll say he sent me like 30 something messages. Almost 20 of them are deleted. I'm like, oh man, those were good.
They were golden.
But I waited like 5 days to go look at them. Well, we got 3 viewers. Anybody in the chat want to share a story, or got a topic y'all want us to carry on to?
Where do you see 3?
Oh, well, we're at 2 now. We had one.
I was about to say, I might be blind.
We were up to 5 at one point.
Yeah, you can actually see it. I'm over here. I can't see nothing.
I'm trying to keep an eye and make sure none of our people message us saying
I
something.
I do be trying to catch it. But you know,
Hey, it's all good.
sometimes I forget to do my job.
Well, we're still working out the kinks. This is all just
With
trial
a
and error.
lot of them, it took us what 30 minutes to.
30 minutes. We were in. Well, no, we weren't up here till after 6. So yeah, about 30 minutes to fight with our Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah, my fist almost made it through that screen. That's why I was real quiet.
I know. Whenever I woke in, like nothing had been accomplished, and you were just sitting here quiet. I was like, "Oh, it's bad."
Oh, when you left, it got loud. It got really loud.
Oh, Sawyer, you just now joined us.
Oh, you missed the story.
We actually just covered your story at the very beginning of this episode.
Shame. Didn't even come to hear your own story.
Well, he was here on time because he messaged me like a little after 6:30. I was like, "Did you guys go live yet?" I was like, "Nah, we have technical difficulties."
That's true. He was on time.
And-
he was on time.
Guys, if you're ever a viewer and you're a friend of mine and you go to message me anytime after I'm like, "Hey, we're fixing to have an episode," my phone is the camera, so I can't see any messages or communicate back to anyone
Yeah.
once we actually start and go live. So the best thing you can do is just check. If we're not up, just assume we're dealing with technical difficulties because neither one of us are computer whizzes.
No. Best thing to do is to follow, and
Yeah.
you get a notification.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. that
Follow,
would be
subscribe to all the channels. That way you get a first look at it every time a new episode is uploaded, or we'll release some shorts, probably some funny moments we'll have here and there.
And hopefully, eventually, we'll get better video quality.
Hopefully, pray to God.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens after this one. I have no clue.
I
I have
don't know
no
because I
clue.
didn't message you like 3 times. Yeah, sorry, dude.
Oh. Yeah, that would be because it's the camera.
Yeah. You know, we're just
The camera.
2 broke dumb guys. We're running on scraps here.
It's an operation.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
a major
You can
operation.
call that. You can call it an operation.
I mean, we're literally doing this in the little side room in my shop at my home.
It looks semi-professional. I think it's because we have the wires all hidden
Probably. We were really smart enough to do that.
and paint the bar.
Yeah.
that was I do think I'm gonna repaint the top with chalk paint because I feel like that'd be really cool if I can draw on here.
No, because you spend half your time drawing.
No, but then I get ideas of like, look at this.
Well, then that would call for us having to have a second camera to like show everybody what we're looking at.
We can figure that out.
How about if I get you like a mini whiteboard and just put it right here?
Ooh, wait, no. That gave me an idea. Perfect. We have like a mirror. And I can like angle it down.
No.
Boom, right there. That's genius.
I can go to Walmart and for like $2 buy you one of the little kids' whiteboards, and we'll put it up like a proud parent of a toddler's first drawing.
I can't say what I was about to say. I can't say that.
Hold up. What would be the craziest night out drinking you would say we've had? Our craziest night out drinking. There's a lot of stories about that one there, dude. If I had to take a guess, it would be the night we went to Baton Rouge to play Top Golf, and then proceeded to go to the Texas Club. And that turned into a horrible, horrible night. Ended up at a complete and total random place off on a bayou, at someone else's house. It was a friend of one of our buddies. And like it was like the ride home was absolutely trash. All three of us were hungover. And was like, okay, yeah, we're fixing to be in a movie from Wrong Turn. Like this is fixing to go
that bad.
Yeah, that bad. That bad. The guy that owned the house, like, didn't know either one of us. Like, our other buddy is still inside asleep. We're standing out by the car. I plugged my phone up in the car to charge it because it was dead. And this guy just, like, drives past us on his Jeep, rolls his window down, and was like, all right, I'm going up to the store, be back in a minute. And just drove off like he knew who we were. Like, this was an everyday occurrence for him. Just no big deal.
God, dog.
Yeah, that was a very bad night.
I can't remember my wildest nights. I mean, the main one I can remember was the one that I fell asleep on the bathroom floor.
That or the night at Brewski's. Actually, sorry, you weren't with us that night at Brewski's. The night I was molested by an old woman.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
That was a horrific
I forgot about that.
That broke me from going to Brewski's in Hattiesburg. I refused to go to Brewski's in Hattiesburg because of this.
You said that, I was like, what are you talking about?
You were exactly right, sorry. No one had, all three of our phones were dead. No clue where we were and trying to find our way home. We knew we were west of Hammond. That was about all we knew. But we made it home. We all made it through the night.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
It's always what matters.
But
by the grace of God, we made it.
Yeah. That night, two of my buddies screwed me over. This fairly larger lady, on up in age, asked one of them to dance with her. They said no. Well, in my younger days, I like to try and dress a little snazzy. And I would wear pearl snap shirts whenever I went out and about. Mm-hmm. I had one of my cowboy hats on.
Right.
Well, we're out here at Brewski's. Like I said, this lady asked one of them to dance. They said no, but I bet that cowboy right there will dance with you. Well, this lady comes over and just grabs me and like proceeds to start trying to dance. Well, she said something to me, and I like leaned my ear down trying to like hear her because the music was loud. I couldn't hear hardly nothing, and I'm already deaf.
Right.
Well, I leaned down, and whenever I went to look back at her because she didn't say nothing, she proceeds to try and ram her tongue down my throat. And I was like, yeah, it is time to go. No, sir. I wanted back to the hotel room. I wanted away from everyone. Like I gargled toothpaste.
So it wasn't a meal for a gilf?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
It was bad.
Yeah, bad.
Bad situation.
There's not enough beer and alcohol within the city limits right now to have got me to take her home.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, that night. That was a bad night for you. I had to come save you on that one. So, little...
Fight a 6'7" Mexican.
Yes, I'm talking about 6'7", every bit of 280 pounds. I'm talking about... This dude was massive. He's just swooped up. I don't even remember what... The guy and one of his friends had actually tried to start a fight with some other people. Well, Sawyer. He's good and drunk, having a good time, and he's like, "Oh, let me take my shot." Well, some other friends of ours had already like pulled Sawyer back, and this dude's just like trying, like almost throwing people out of the way to get to him. I was across the bar whenever I seen it. I was like, "Oh crap, Sawyer's in trouble. Like I need to go save him and get him out of the way before he just gets obliterated." Yeah, that was a bad night for you, my friend.
A final sober you up, though. It will.
He'd have sobered once he'd have woke up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even when, like, you're about to fight, it sobers you up.
Not him. No,
It don't.
he was.
It did with me when I was asleep on the bathroom floor at Doctor. I couldn't get up. I was sitting there. I had people. It was probably about 20, 30 minutes. I was sitting in there. I was on the floor. I think George found me. He's like, Devin don't get like this.
No.
He needs help. You need anything? Water.
Yeah.
And I'm notorious for when I get drunk, I want water. But I want to know that it's in my vicinity. That I have the option to drink it. I had about 4 or 5 cups of water. Full right next to me. I wouldn't take a sip out of one of them.
He just kept asking people to bring him more water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to know that it's there. I want to know that I have that option. I'm not going to take that option.
No,
but
if I'm asking for water, I'm drinking water.
No. See, I don't want to ruin my buzz. It's not a buzz at that point anymore, but I want to know I have that option. So, finally I'm sitting there. My buddy's like, "Man, we got to get you up." I said, "Don't fucking touch me. Leave me alone. Let me sit here. Gotta get you up off the floor." I'm like, "No, you don't. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to be fine. This is not the worst I've ever been. The worst y'all have seen me, absolutely. But I'm going to chill here. No problems." I hear somebody yell from outside the bathroom. Something about, "I'm going to beat your ass." I said, "I know the fuck they ain't talking about me." I get up. I stand up straight and said, "Let's fucking go." I remember Chris, he was like, "All right, cool." Grabs me. We going out the door. I was like, "Man, fuck, you want to fight?" It's like, "No, you ain't fighting. You going the fuck home."
Yeah,
I remember my buddy took, I hopped in his truck and I threw the bar manager my keys. I said, "Take my truck home." And he did. He drove my truck home. And,
good old Don.
Yeah, good old Don. And, then, I think there was a fight that happened while he was gone.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a bad night. It was a bad night.
I think that from what others had told me was it was a chick outside the bathroom door trying to fight someone else.
See, I thought
that was the fight that actually went down.
They might have identified as that.
No.
I don't think it was. But you know, I'm not gonna. What's the term? I'm not gonna assume gender, but my hands are rated E for everybody.
EA Sports.
It's in the game. So I was like, I don't care who's outside this bathroom. Somebody get mollywopped as soon as I walk out this bitch. But yeah, it was a fun night. I remember my buddy Chris. He called me the next morning. "Hey man, how you feeling?" "I'm pretty good. I'm heading to work." "You're what?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm good. I'm chill." It's like, how are you alive? I'm like, I don't know. Magic, I guess.
We're just barely there.
You gotta have fun when you're young.
Oh yeah.
It's fun or stupid. I don't know. One of the two. It's a mixture of both. Mistakes create stories. I'll take another one. Let me get that other one.
Half and half peach original?
No, let me get that whiskey in there. That little whiskey mixed drink. That lemonade. That whiskey lemonade. That one right there. I got one left.
Last one.
One left. I do love this. I left my koozie at home.
We get a little slack on time. Got about another 10 minutes.
We have about another 10 minutes. Because we found last week that our videos like to cut in half at 46 minute mark, yeah. I think is what it was.
45, 46.
Well, it was weird. I think it was like 47, 48. I was like, why not 45? It was, I don't know. We're still learning. There might be something in the settings that
It's got to be something in the settings because there's no way other people stream gaming on Twitch for hours on end and upload it as one thing. And then,
there's some like you got people. Why did our camera go out?
that is a good question.
I don't know. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it just shows it went out on my screen. I don't know. We're having a lot of technical difficulties now. It came back. Look at that.
Look.
It's a Christmas miracle.
I know it froze up.
It's a Christmas miracle. Speaking of Christmas, I had a Christmas shot the other day. I loved it. I'm gonna teach you how to make it.
Uh-oh.
All right, so it's called a candy cane shot.
You mentioned Christmas shots and we gained 2 more viewers. Hot diggity dog.
Look at that. Look at that.
Now that's a real Christmas miracle.
It's a real Christmas miracle. But it's called a candy cane shot.
I've heard of
It
such.
starts with Rumple, and that's it.
Actually, I have a drink for you.
All right, I'm listening.
Since you're the lover of the good old Irish car bomb. It is a candy cane Irish car bomb.
I saw that one. I want to try it.
Bailey's Rumple dropped in a pint of Guinness and you chug it, baby.
I don't know how the Baileys and Rumple's gonna go.
I mean, does Bailey's really go with much of anything you drop into Irish car bomb?
Yeah, Jameson.
Yeah.
I think it does.
We need
We had one.
we need another car bomb night.
You like Dr. Pepper, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So we was at the bar the other night. Bartender said, I just did a car bomb. So you like Dr. Pepper? I'm like, hell yeah. Does a bear shit in the woods? Fucking love Dr. Pepper. Love Dr. Pepper. There ain't nothing
Good
better.
old Dr. Pepper
Love-
connoisseur over here.
Love Dr. Pepper. So he said, I'm gonna make you a Dr. Pepper shot. I said, hold up. And I was expecting a shot that mildly tasted like Dr. Pepper. No, this motherfucker. He poured a glass of Busch Light. You can use any beer, but they're doing a drink special. Draft Busch Light for like $1.50. So I racked them up. They go.
There you go.
So, and then a shot of amaretto.
Oh.
Drop it in, chug it. Dude, when I tell you that tastes like a flat Dr. Pepper, exactly. I finished chugging. I said, "What was in that? What is that right now? Tell me."
Well, I mean, that's about like a lot of people say. If you mix, like, if you just doing like amaretto.
That was 15 minutes before y'all showed up.
If you do like amaretto and Coke, oh, it tastes like a Dr. Pepper. It'll change, like just plain mixed, not chug, nothing like that. It's just mixed Coke with amaretto, and they say it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
I can see it.
But then these
Amaretto's got
same
that real
people are
sweet-
like, if you turn around and put it in a Dr. Pepper, it tastes like Coke. I'm like, okay, no, you're just
There's no
retarded.
way. There's no way. That's a slur. There's no way it tastes like
Coke.
It would taste like Coke. Because Dr. Pepper's sweeter and amaretto's
You're not gonna
sweet.
It's not gonna flip flop the taste just because you mix it.
Unless amaretto is magic.
I've drank enough amaretto in my day. I'm
Right,
not
but I
gonna
mean,
say it's.
you gotta think. I mean, and this ties back in kind of the whole spooky theme. Like, you take a margarita or a tequila shot, even. You got a drink, and with lime. Lime is supposedly for health, in like witch's brew and shit like that. And then alcohol. Tequila and it has different meanings
Speaking of
for
which,
a lot, and it's in a salt ring. It's like a witch's thing.
that is not where I thought. I had no idea where you were going with that, but now that I know,
I have thoughts
I
in my head.
greatly regret it.
No, why?
But that's about like Did you hear about the witch's brew flavor? I think it was Alani's.
I've heard about those.
They had a while back. Like a
Right.
lot of people were like drinking them and then like getting like major health problems thereafter. Like it was making like a lot of people sick.
Well, yeah, probably because people are drinking Alani's like one after the other. I'm like, it's an energy drink.
Yeah,
Y'all need
they
to
drink them like
stop.
water.
Well, there's like the same thing with the new term, or it's like an actual medical term for people smoking too much marijuana. Scromining. It's called
never
scream.
heard of that.
I just found out about it like last week. Like scream vomiting.
Oh.
And I'm like, first off, I've been really high before. Never, not once, have I been scromiting. Because I don't think that's a thing. I did my research on it. It's people that are smoking a lot of weed, getting way too much THC in their system, essentially greening out on an empty stomach. First off, I don't know anybody that don't get high and like, you know what? I want Taco Bell. They're gonna immediately want food. You're gonna get the munchies.
From everybody I've heard, as soon as they go smoke, oh man, gotta eat.
You're going to.
Like I knew some people back in my hometown that smoked a lot of weed. I know, like, they would plan like smoking parties. Or I say smoking parties. They'd get a couple buddies over to the house and they smoke some joints. And but
You want to have people that have like
everybody,
have really fun conversations with.
Everybody that when they showed up brought their own form of like snacks. It was like your standard like family get together. Like everybody's showing up with plates of food and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jay was just because they knew they were fixing to get hungry
Mm-hmm.
and like didn't want to
Turn
risk
into
driving anywhere.
some junk food junkies.
Yeah, there you go. And they just had a great time with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, that's insane. I had never heard of that until you said
Yeah,
something.
scromiting.
Scromiting.
It's like I heard it the other day. I was like, no, that's not a thing. And I got to looking into it. It's of course it's this newer generation of people
Well, they're
like,
idiots.
just doing stupid things. Like, okay, I'm gonna get really high on an empty stomach. Eat. Why are you doing that?
Well, I mean,
But it's a medical term. Like, why? What are we doing?
I'm not gonna say it took me forever, but I have made the dumb decision at times to drink on an empty stomach. It was not planned. It just happened.
See, all of my times that I did drink on an empty stomach was planned.
No, see,
Mine was just for the pure fact of I can be at the bar for cheap, and I can get drunk for cheap.
my thing is I like to eat. I love to eat. So like, if I'm feeling hungry or snackish, no, I'm fixing to eat me like a 5-course meal.
I feel that.
But well, we were in little low on time there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
This has been episode 2 of Running with Rabbits. We hope y'all enjoy what y'all are saying.
Yes.
If y'all want to join in, send us any stories, anything y'all would like to hear, anything y'all like us talking about today, and you want to talk more about, just give us a shout. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We are 2 guys of the people.
We're going to try to get the TikTok uploaded. The Spotify is another one. Y'all make sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. That's our main 3 that we can actually post on.
Yeah, that we're running out of right now.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get some TikToks here up in the next couple of weeks. I've got some extended time off around the holidays. We'll probably try and get together and run a couple of shorts or something, post some good old TikTok.
Maybe run a couple polls, see what people want us to talk about.
Yeah, there you go. Do a little Christmas special or something.
I like Christmas. I can do a Christmas special. I'll make some drinks.
We got a little festive in here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I wear my Santa Claus hat.
There you go. But yeah, just y'all let us know. Like I said, follow us on all those platforms, and if we get anything else out, I'm working on trying to get all the links attached to each individual platform. That way, if you find one, you can easily find all of them. But hopefully here in 2 weeks, we'll have another video for y'all. Thank y'all. We'll catch you next time.
That's right. Unless Sean gets sick again. We'll catch y'all next time.